Grit is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try Paraswabs risk-free, call 1-800-679-0476. That's 1-800-679-0476. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-679-0476. That's 1-800-679-0476.
Hi, this is Jeff Carlisi from the band 38 Special. The mainstream media has failed the American people once again. Internet radio networks like Red State Talk Radio will not fail you. Tune in 24 hours a day. Studios A and B. Great conservative programming around the clock. Red State Talk Radio, the dominant force in Internet conservative talk radio.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-4716. That's 1-800-353-4716. Again, 1-800-353-4716. From
now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
Whenever I'm feeling a little down under, I can always count on Nate and Brian for their interesting perspective on topics important to freedom and civil rights by listening to the At Odds Show. Nate and Brian cover important topics with insight, intelligence, and of course humor. I can always expect a laugh or two. So if you want to be informed and have a great time, give these guys a listen.
Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
Yikes. Huh. Welcome back, everyone.
I got some friends that killed some people, but my friends have always been killing people.
There you go.
That took a turn.
The immortal words of Charles Manson.
Yeah. Wow.
He never killed anyone.
Supposedly,
he was
right?
Convicted of.
Right.
I like that. If I want to kill you all, you'd all be dead.
But it's weird. Why is he in prison?
I think, I don't know, conspiracy for murder?
Conspiracy.
I don't know.
That's an odd charge, isn't it?
I don't know what his exact charges are.
Yeah.
All I know is he will never, ever get out.
Yeah, probably. I mean, El Chapo got out.
Eventually, with with whose help?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. So
it was, who talked to him?
Whatever. I really don't know.
Oh, come on.
Okay, let's move on. We have so much to cover in so little time.
It was...
Brad Pitt?
No, it was, Let's
start that rumor.
No, it was The other guy married to Madonna
Are you
for
worried?
a while.
You think Brad
Sean
Pitt has
Penn.
money and lawyers?
It was
that's
Sean
just as
Penn.
bad. They're the same.
No, they aren't. Brad Pitt's a beautiful man. Beautiful, beautiful man.
Okay, so the question was, who was the first president of the United States, I assume?
I never said that, but yes.
Okay.
No, it was. Licensed to fly a plane.
Right.
An airplane.
Which is interesting because you talked about how the first flight was in 1903, right? But I'd imagine that they didn't have licensing for flight until much after.
I'm guessing after 1904.
I'm guessing
it's a government.
That's how the government goes, isn't
Yeah,
it? No,
yeah.
I'm guessing it was after the 30s when they started licensing that sort of thing.
Maybe.
The 30s is when all sorts of crap happened.
Probably, yeah. License. And, I don't know if this president was also a veteran.
We had a very, very close guess.
We did. We had someone that guessed
JFK.
Kennedy. And that's close, but he's a sailor.
Yeah, he never got off the water.
No, actually ran into some kind of Japanese destroyer or something.
Not a very good boat pilot either.
Wrote a book about it, made a lot of money.
Seems like they should have licensed the boat pilot, too.
Yeah. What are you going to do? It's wartime. You're in the Pacific. You're drunk on goo-goo juice. Who knows? Anyways.
It could have been, never mind. Never mind.
Coconut and pineapple.
I'm trying. That would be on a submarine.
Yeah, they open the window and ask go through a drive-through.
Okay. Who was it?
It was Dwight David Eisenhower.
Which is very close in time to JFK.
Well, that's true. He was the president right before Kennedy was elected.
So good guess.
Yep.
Good timing
and
on that
also,
one.
I think he was a general during the Second World War, Eisenhower. Kennedy was only a lieutenant junior grade in the Navy.
Yeah.
So, that's like it's not even a captain, I don't think. It's, like a second lieutenant.
Yeah, I don't think I would poo-poo it.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
I think you are.
But then again, I didn't get crushed by a destroyer and have men die under me. And
okay.
Swim to an island.
Yeah.
Carve stuff into a
Maybe you should
coconut.
read the book and then you would know what actually happened.
I know what happened. I'm very familiar with it. I saw the movie. Anyways, Eisenhower was licensed to fly an airplane. We have a few presidents after that flew. There was George H. Bush, right? George W. Bush.
Yep.
Carter was a submarine guy. And a nuclear sub.
All those Democrats like the water. It's weird.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I think it's just something about the ocean. I love the water and ocean.
Right. And you're a Democrat. No, there's a lot of non-Democrats that are in the Navy.
Really?
In the Marines.
Gerald
and
Ford
the Coast Guard
was in the Navy.
Okay.
I think even Reagan was an honorary Navy guy. I'm not
sure. Have a good day.
Charles Manson popped in again. Have a good day. When Charles Manson says have a good day, damn it, you better have a good day.
Yeah.
Or there'll be trouble.
All right, let's move on.
Well, do you want to go into the history? Because that's a whole thing that can take, or we can quickly go into other stuff. The history is about the Third Amendment.
All right.
Third Amendment.
Look, it's fine. You told me earlier, brush up on the Third Amendment, and I did.
Okay.
I brushed. I'm brushed.
In this day, I'll be quick. In this day, in 1765, the English Parliament passed the Quartering Act, which said basically it required the colonies to house British soldiers in barracks. That is, to provide them with barracks. If the barracks were too small to house all the soldiers, then other localities were to accommodate the soldiers in local inns, livery stables. How'd you like to live in a stable?
I wouldn't.
It was good enough for our Lord Jesus Christ. Ale houses, fiddling houses, and houses of cellars of wine. That's where I'd want to be. Should there still be soldiers without accommodations? After all, such public houses were filled, the colonies were then required to take, hire, and make fit for the reception of His Majesty's forces. So many uninhabited houses, outhouses, live in an outhouse, barns and other buildings shall be necessary.
Yeah.
So really, the acts didn't say they would go into individual homes, but still the colonists didn't like it.
Yeah, and it's not so much that you would have to take care of the armed forces, right? Because most people generally would be okay with that. the problem is when you're forced to do it.
And that's what it says. The New York Colonial Assembly disliked being commanded to provide quarters for British troops. They preferred to be asked, right? You like to be kissed before you're... and then give their consent. So the Restraining Act prohibited the Royal Governor of New York from signing any further legislation until the Assembly compiled with the Quartering Act, blah, blah, blah. They said, we don't like it. So when we filed independence, we came up with a third amendment, which took quite a while to be ratified, which said no soldier shall...
Can we back up? Because I'm just concerned with the verbiage. When we filed independence... well,
I didn't file. We declared it.
When we filed...
Yeah. Here you go, Kingy. Yeah. You stupid bastard. You're the first king of England that actually speaks English and not French.
You had to go to the county clerk's office.
Yep.
Get your independence form.
You had to go to the shirey, the shire's office. Oh,
and
boy.
then file it.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure when they filed it, they didn't come up with the Third Amendment either, Brian.
But it took a while.
Continue. We get the gist.
Okay, here it is. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner prescribed by law. Now, there's not a lot of jurisprudence on this, right? There's not a lot of Supreme Court, but there is a couple.
Sure, because a couple, but it doesn't happen that often.
The most recent one was the police, right, where the police went in and commandeered someone's houses to do observation.
Very recently, that happened.
I mean, just a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And they said, that's okay because the police aren't soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
So, you don't have a constitutional protection from the police.
Right.
And I don't know if that's ever going to be challenged again, but I would consider the police as part of the government, and they don't have a right to commandeer your property.
If they're not soldiers, then they're no different than anybody else.
That's the
right, and your neighbor can't just come into your house.
Right.
So what's the difference?
Right. So, no, your neighbor could apparently do it.
Well, apparently, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
sure. According to that, your neighbor could do it.
I'm not moving out.
Right.
All right. So,
but I will tell you that you do not have the right to use somebody else's bathroom. And that is absolute truth, and there's nobody that convinced me otherwise.
Yeah, okay.
So I hope those police, when they were in there, they could be there. Because there's no constitutional right that says the police can't just come in your house.
There?
They could not use the bathroom.
They had to go potty to the gas station down the road?
They could use the bathroom if the owner gave them permission.
Right.
Otherwise, no.
But if they didn't? So, in other words, they can bust down your door. They can set up shop in your upstairs bedroom, but they can't go potty in your house.
Right.
You're nuts.
No, I'm not. Mm-hmm. Look, when the cops bust in here, they're not using my toilet.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And I'm going to say, no, you can't use my toilet.
You know what they'll do? They'll drop a deuce right in your living room.
Yeah. No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
They wouldn't do that.
I'm traumatized.
Are you?
Yep.
You've been near, what is it, Emory?
Emory?
Emory
University.
What was I thinking? Emory, yeah.
Emory?
Every University. Pretty much. It's turning into that, right? We're getting lots of snowflakes.
It is. Students were traumatized by Trump chalkings that said, vote Trump 2016.
Yeah, it's horrible. They had emergency counseling and everything.
Not true.
I know.
Apparently, there was no emergency counseling, but they did have...
There was counseling available.
No.
It's not emergency. There's always counseling available.
Well, right.
Because
I feel bad.
Yeah, college students are very, very sensitive people.
There was a protest, and there's an investigation into this because they chalked, how dare they chalked outside the designated area of chalking.
What?
Apparently there's an area of chalking that's allowed at Emory.
Yeah.
Outside that area, dead meat.
No chalking.
So they're looking at video to find the culprits.
Now
I hope these college students, which are not very smart, were smart enough to wear Donald Trump masks when they did it. And no pants.
Then they'll get Donald Trump arrested.
Now, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it looks like Trump. Can't believe it.
It's got to be.
Oh, look at this. There's a small penis, and everybody knows
that must
Donald
not be Trump.
It's big penis. But apparently, other slogans like Black Lives Matters and things.
Those are okay, right?
Not investigated.
Bernie Sanders, all the Bernie Sanders,
right?
Propaganda,
right?
That's all right.
And unfortunately, the president of the university could have made a stand for the First Amendment, but didn't.
Sure. Which is typical.
Which is
pretty
sad.
typical on public, especially, or on
probably wouldn't
universities.
happen at Hillsdale College here in Michigan.
Probably.